today I wanted to talk about different tools that you can use for your awakening process. And one of these tools that a lot of people start getting into when they start their awakening is crystals. So today I want to talk about the crystals that you can use during your awakening for the purpose of grounding. So why do you need to be grounded, and what is grounding? So being grounded is basically you're calm, you're centered, you're kind of connected, you have a sense of balance in your energy overall. So if you're ungrounded, you may feel a sense of being kind of floaty, maybe not in your body, or you maybe feel a little anxious. A lot of people, I think, a lot of times they think anxiety is actually just that they're not grounded. And so you can feel a little scattered. And so one of the things during the awakening process is that you start to become more aware of your own energy. And, whereas before you might have kind of just written off these things, during the awakening process, you start to realize that you do need to learn about energy and how to maintain energy. So that is one thing that's very important. So when it comes to different tools, like I said, crystals are one of the tools that a lot of people start getting into. And as you go along your journey, you'll start to realize that there's different different crystals for different intentions. And so I'm going to go over a few of the crystals that I use in order to ground. And so one of these is hematite. This is a small piece. I'll put up a few of them so you can see. Let's see if I can show those. That is hematite. And these types of crystals are called tumbles. So basically they are small polished versions of crystals that you can carry around with you. And so let me explain exactly kind of how these crystals work. So how crystals work is you think about your own energy field and how you're, kind of up and down, your emotions are kind of scattered, you're kind of all over the place a lot of times. And the way that crystals work is they have a stable energy that they emit. And so when we are around crystals, we start to entrain in their energy field. So they are a constant, steady energy. And so we start to entrain, and then we can kind of calm down. And you think about it whenever you're around a calm person, don't you kind of find yourself just, taking a deep breath and kind of relaxing a little? That's usually how it ends up being with a lot of people that have like a more stable energy. You can kind of just feel like you're a little bit more calm around them. And so that's exactly how crystals work. So there are crystals that support different chakras in the body, and these are what are considered root chakra crystals. And so they will help ground you and get you back and centered in your own body. So there's hematite. Another one is red jasper. And then another one that you can use is Smoky Quartz. You get a couple of these so you can see. And then the last one that is very popular is called black tourmaline. This is a polished tumble, like I said. But if you want to see what black tourmaline looks like in its natural form, it looks like this. So very, very different than the tumbled form. And black tourmaline is really the go-to crystal for most people because it is just a powerhouse. Besides being grounding, it also offers protection, and especially for people that are empaths, we're always kind of picking up on other people's energy, so that kind of really helps us maintain our own energetic field and remove negative energy and negativity from our own energy fields and also from other people's energy getting into our field. So, I would just like to say also, black tourmaline is a crystal that I brought that over here, but I actually always keep one at my computer because it's also good for EMF protection. And then also, I usually take it with me. I carry one in my purse. I have one on my nightstand. Sometimes if I'm kind of running mind and I'm a little anxious or whatever, I'll grab just one of these black tourmalines, and it will honestly just kind of help calm me down and get me, less scattered. Um, the other thing I want to say is to use these, what you can do is you can just take a few of them, maybe take one of each or a few of one particular one. Like I've got this hematite here, and just keep them in a small pouch or bag, or put them in your purse, or keep them in your pocket whenever you're out and about. You can also take them with you, when you're traveling or if you're out and about in a car. Another way that people usually wear these types of grounding crystals is through jewelry. So crystal bracelets, obviously a lot of people have heard of those. So you can invest in a black tourmaline or smoky quartz bracelet, and you can wear that so that you don't have to think about it. But those are really good for getting you back in your body, kind of calming you down, getting you centered. A lot of times what happens is people, they either start meditating a lot, or maybe their psychic abilities open up and they, are kind of more out of their body. And so that is something that can happen, especially if you're just starting to wake up. You can also be impacted by other people's energy, like I said. Being out and about around stressful environments, a lot of mental stimulus that can get your energy a little scattered as well. So that is one of the tools. So make sure to like and subscribe so that I can provide more information for you along your awakening journey. Thanks.